Hi everyone, it's Giselle with a message for today, and I wanted to share a message about that missing magic ingredient that people are looking for when it comes to manifesting their dreams, getting into their unions, things of that nature. Now, people who hear this message are going to react one of two ways. They're either going to be very accepting and saying, yeah, I recognize that, makes total sense, I can do that, or be like a little child and throw a temper tantrum and say, I've already done enough of this nonsense, come on. So just bear in mind your reaction, because it gives a very strong indication to where you stand right now in the process of manifesting your dreams. So, that magic ingredient that we need to be able to create our outer world from our inner world is self-love. Self-love, self-acceptance, self-worth, being in love with yourself and with what you bring to not just your love connections, but the world. And when you can recognize this in a very calm way, then that's good, because it means you've already accumulated lots and lots of that. And you are just perfecting it now to really bring in everything that you feel within you to be reflected in the world that you view outside of you. For those who've kicked off and said, oh my god, this is ludicrous, maybe you're not watching this video anymore. But if you still are, being angry and annoyed at the fact that you need to love yourself more is just an indication that you feel unfairly treated, you're displaying your impatience and feeling like the world is unfair. But what is so bad about loving yourself? Ask yourself that question, why am I getting angry at needing to love myself more? Because surely if I want an abundance of love from others, then I must display an abundance of love to myself first. And so it will switch your perspective and change it in a way that gets you to understand, okay, I got angry, I got a bit wound up, in the heat of the moment. I kind of thought, more work to do. But really, it shouldn't be work. Loving yourself should not be work. If you can love yourself as much or more as you love your beloved, that's where you need to be. And when you love your beloved, you don't view that as hard work or unfairness. You do it gladly. You do it because it feels good, because you want to, because it's so natural to you that there's no other way. And you should feel about yourself exactly that. You want to love yourself. You want to give yourself everything. You want to see how beautiful you are. You want to see how much you have to give to this world, and what a blessing it is for everyone to encounter you. And if you don't feel that way about yourself yet, don't panic. Just be grateful that you are now aware of this and work towards it. Because you can only receive what you are within. And this is why a lot of people come to me and get frustrated when they have a reading and say, oh, this person doesn't care for me. But do you care for yourself? And if you don't, Work on that. You may find it hard to work on manipulating other people and how they treat you. Well, you shouldn't have to manipulate people, but you know what I mean. You're not in control of other people, but who are you in control of? Yourself. Or at least you can work towards being in control of yourself. And so whenever you catch yourself being disrespectful or unhappy or complaining about anything, like say you look in the mirror, for example, and you go, oh God, blah, blah, blah is not good, you know? Whatever attribute you see within yourself and you're like, oh God, I wish I could change that. That looks terrible. Don't do that. Catch yourself doing that and say, hold on a moment. What am I creating? Oh, I'm creating more dissatisfaction with myself. So how can I expect anyone to love me for who I am if I can't accept myself for who I am? And it's going to be a process. It's going to be a process of accepting yourself for who you are. Yes, you can make improvements, but unless you accept yourself for who you are, you're going to be making endless improvements. That's why people get addicted to things like plastic surgery and, you know, go and do crazy things to themselves because they never feel good enough. And yeah, it's good for you to want to strive to have a healthy lifestyle and exercise and eat well. But try as much as you can to love yourself in the moment. Just as you wouldn't be discriminating or criticizing the one you love, don't do that to yourself. I remember years ago when I had a boyfriend who was really self-conscious about having a pot belly. He kept going, oh God, I'm fat, and I hate myself for being fat. And I kept saying to him, I don't see you as fat. Stop saying that. And he could really not see himself the way that I saw him. So it's kind of like that, you know, you don't see these things in the one that you love, but you see them in yourself. You have to see yourself through the eyes of them, I guess, if you can't see it through your own eyes. See how beautiful they think that you are. Because I remember years ago when I was still on kind of trying to elevate myself spiritually, and I was quite judgmental, I'll admit that. It was something I had to work on. I remember somebody sending me a photo of someone they really liked to go, isn't she beautiful? And I thought, no. And that was really horrible. And I really have rectified and worked on that. And just, I don't want to be that person. I don't want to be judgmental and nasty. That's really not nice. But, you know, the person that says no is usually the person that has problems within themselves. And if you can see yourself through the eyes of someone who truly loves and appreciates you for all that you are, then you'll be in the perfect place. And then you're not going to feel this agitation and irritation with, oh, why aren't they here yet? Why don't they love me? Them being drawn to you will just be a natural byproduct of the way that you love yourself. Because I've noticed this as I started to feel more confident and happy with who I was and not trying to be more. Yes, it's good to have ambition, and I certainly don't lack any of that, but trying to do too much to compensate for not feeling good about myself is not good. But when I am actually happy where I am and accept myself, people are just so much more drawn to that confidence. And I don't consider myself to have the perfect everything, but I act like I do because I feel like I do. And so people are just like, oh, there's something about you that I want to be like that. And you need to do that for yourself. You need to get yourself into that state of, I'm such a beautiful person that, you know what, I could just get into a relationship right now if I really wanted, you know, with any old person because everybody wants to be with me. And when you feel that way about yourself, you're not going to feel that loneliness and be like, oh, nobody wants me. You're not going to ever feel that. I haven't felt that for ages because I've stepped out of that and I've stepped into everybody would be lucky to have me. So why would I ever feel lonely? Just walk out the door and choose any old person if I really wanted to be in a relationship. Of course I don't. But that's the energy you need to be in. Love yourself so much. I mean, it shouldn't be a chore. It shouldn't be, oh great, I gotta love myself today. God, don't make it like that. And it shouldn't ever be like that. And if you're in that place right now, be gentle on yourself. Just notice 3 things about yourself. Every time you look in the mirror, don't look at, oh God, I hit my arms, or whatever the heck you're insecure about. Just go, I have beautiful eyes. I love the way my hair looks today. Gosh, my smile is just so magnetizing. Everybody just loves it when I smile at them. You know, whatever you can choose about yourself, choose that. Look at that. Look at yourself the way that your beloved looks at you and love yourself. That's a magic ingredient to creating your dreams. And I hope this message has helped. I know it's quite a long message now, actually looking at my my timer. Okay. But I felt it was important to put that out because so many people I speak to really don't appreciate and love themselves enough. And it hurts me to have to hear that, you know. I'm like, wow, do you really feel that way? That's awful. Some of the most beautiful women just put themselves down. You're like, oh my God, why do you do that to yourself? Don't do that to yourself. See yourself through their eyes and know that you deserve love and give yourself that love. So thank you all for watching. If you'd like to connect with me, then all my details are in the description. Oh, just another quick reminder. I've already mentioned in my previous video, but for those of you who haven't watched that one, Nikki from divinelovecrystalgrid would like your help. As a twin flame, if you feel called to share your story, then please contact her. I'll pop her details in the description box. She's basically writing a book with all different TF stories in them. And it's to help everyone, basically, who's on this journey. We all have a unique story to tell. And what I also find so brilliant about this process is that we script our stories and manifest it in that way. Scripting is an awesome tool for manifestation. So I would like for you, if you feel called to do it, of course. If you don't, then that's not the right energy, and there's no need to get out of whatever kind of feelings. If you're not called to do it, then don't. But if you feel drawn and your heart blooms open at the thought of sharing your story, contact Nikki. Put TF story in the subject line of your email, and I'm sure she'll contact you and give you the instructions. They're quite long and I can't quite remember all of the details, but yeah. I thought I'd mention it again in case you hadn't watched my previous video. I thank you all so very much for watching. Have a beautiful day. Namaste.